When you think about AI, you probably picture futuristic labs, maybe some high-tech cities. But what if I told you that one of its biggest impacts in India is happening somewhere you would absolutely never expect? Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on how artificial intelligence is quietly becoming this huge, pervasive force all across the nation.
And no, that's not a metaphor. I mean that literally. The story of AI in India today, well, it starts right here, at this incredible intersection of ancient faith and brand new technology. We're looking at a place that millions of pilgrims visit every single year, a place where deep tradition is now being powered by data.
All right, let's really get into this. Our first stop is the Tirumala Venkateshwara Temple in Andhra Pradesh. This is a place of just immense spiritual importance, and it's here that technology is being used to serve tradition in a way that is, frankly, pretty remarkable.
So the temple just launched what they're calling the Integrated Command Control Center, or ICCC. And let me be clear, this is not just some fancy CCTV setup, oh no. This is a super comprehensive AI-driven system, and it's designed to manage one of the largest daily human gatherings on the entire planet.
So, what does it actually do? Well, the applications are incredibly practical. The AI is constantly crunching data to predict how crowds are going to move. This helps manage the queues and just makes the whole pilgrimage experience smoother for everyone. But it's not just about efficiency. It's also about safety. The system monitors this huge complex for any security threats and even beefs up its cybersecurity.
And that really brings us to a much bigger question, doesn't it? I mean, if you can successfully use this technology to manage a massive temple complex, it signals a much, much broader ambition. How is this same tech being scaled up to impact India's entire economic future?
And that ambition? Well, it's already reshaping the entire economy. You see, AI isn't being treated as some niche little tech project. It's being positioned as a core driver of economic growth and, this is the crucial part, for a young country, employment.
Yeah. This is not happening by accident. The government has actually laid out an official roadmap for job creation in the AI economy. The message couldn't be clearer. They plan to strategically use AI to create brand new opportunities and career paths for India's massive workforce.
And we're talking way beyond just software development here. Take agriculture, for instance. AI is being used to make farming way more efficient, to improve crop yields. In manufacturing, it's powering the next big wave of robotics and automation. The goal is to weave this technology right into the very foundation of the economy.
Okay, but here's the thing. This incredibly powerful technology has a serious flip side. The very same AI that can predict crowds and optimize farming can also be used to create deception on a massive scale. And that presents a whole new set of challenges that, frankly, can't be ignored.
And this might just be the most critical challenge of all. How in the world do you govern a technology that can create completely convincing fakes? This next part is all about trying to build trust in an era where, seeing isn't always believing anymore.
The government has a specific kind of clinical term for this stuff, synthetically generated information. But the definition is what's key. Basically, it's anything created or changed by an algorithm that looks real. This covers the whole shebang: deepfake videos, AI-generated photos, even those cloned voices.
So how do you even begin to tackle this? Well, India isn't just sitting back and waiting for things to go wrong. The Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology has already proposed a really clear framework to regulate this kind of content. And the solution they've come up with is actually a pretty straightforward three-step process. First, if you upload content, you have to declare if it was made with AI. Simple enough. Second, the platform, think YouTube or Instagram, has to actually verify that you did that. And third, any confirmed AI content has to get a permanent, clear label.
Now here's the kicker. This whole framework has real teeth. Right now, big tech platforms generally have legal immunity for the stuff their users post. But under these new rules, if they failed to enforce this labeling system, they could lose that protection. All of a sudden, they could be held legally responsible for deepfakes on their sites, facing lawsuits, massive fines. That is a huge financial reason to take this seriously.
So when you step back and look at the big picture, from the temples to the new regulations, you start to see this clear pattern emerge. These aren't just random, separate actions. They're all part of a larger, really cohesive national strategy for technology. The whole philosophy behind this approach is summed up perfectly in this one quote from the Visakhapatnam Declaration on E-Governance. The idea is to use technology not to create more red tape, but to make governance more efficient. You can see that logic perfectly in the deepfake rules. It's not an outright ban, it's a light touch system of labeling and accountability. It's about using minimal rules for maximum effect.
And this isn't just about solving today's problems. This entire digital transformation, this big push for AI, it's all explicitly linked to the national ambition of becoming a developed nation, or Viksit Bharat, by the year 2047. AI is seen as a fundamental tool to actually achieve that huge long-term goal.
So it really all comes down to this. We've seen AI managing prayers and shaping economic policy. As it gets woven into every single part of life, the central challenge for India, and honestly for the whole world, is this: how do you navigate that incredibly delicate balance between pushing innovation forward and, at the same time, maintaining the essential foundation of trust in society?